Welcome to Founders in Flow, the podcast where two seasoned entrepreneurs, Neil and Ijlal, dive into real conversations about what it takes to build, grow, and scale an online business. Let's get into the flow.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Founders in Flow. I'm Neil Napier, and today I'm joined by the one and only Ijlal Ahmed. Ijlal, great to have you back here today.
Thanks, Neil. Always a pleasure to chat with you and dive into these important topics.
Absolutely. In our last episode, we talked about creator burnout and balancing creativity with discipline. But today we're shifting gears a bit to talk about something a bit more financially intense, a mistake that nearly cost my business a whopping $100,000.
Wow, 100K is no small change. I'm eager to hear this story. What happened, Neil? How did this situation unfold?
Yeah, it was quite the ordeal. So it all started when we were scaling up one of our SaaS projects. We were riding high on a string of successful launches and looking to expand our user base quickly. But in our eagerness, we overlooked some key financial management aspects. We failed to predict an issue in our budget forecasting, which resulted in overspending massively. And before I knew it, we were $100,000 deep in the red.
Ouch. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of growth and overlook those crucial details. But tell me, how did you deal with this once you realized the extent of the problem?
It was a wake-up call for sure, Ijlal. The first step was accepting that this was a learning moment. Denial wouldn't solve it, so we gathered the team to identify what exactly went wrong. I realized we didn't have the right checks and balances in the financial department. From there, we brought in a financial advisor to help restructure our budget and set realistic projections. It was about creating a recovery plan and sticking to it diligently. But emotionally, it was a roller coaster, trying to remain positive when things are that dire.
I can imagine. Recovering from a financial setback isn't just about the numbers. There's a lot of emotional resilience required. How did this experience affect your outlook on risk management?
That's right. Resilience is key. I started to embrace a more cautious and calculated approach to risk. Every opportunity was a potential risk, but it had to be weighed carefully against realistic gains. The experience taught me the importance of having contingency plans in place. Now we always have a what-if scenario mapped out for every major business decision we make.
It's a learning curve. It's about anticipating the potential bottlenecks and being prepared. Did your relationship with your team change through this process? It can be challenging to maintain trust in such situations.
Quick break from today's episode, but this is really exciting. If you've been enjoying this podcast so far, here's a little secret. We didn't write or speak a single word of it ourselves. Every episode of Founders in Flow is created using a tool we're building called PodGorilla, and it's about to change the way podcasts are made. PodGorilla lets you generate an entire podcast episode, from the topic to the script to the voiceover, using nothing but AI. You can pull inspiration from YouTube videos, PDFs, or even just drop in your own ideas. Then it gives you a complete, ready-to-publish audio episode in your voice. All you need to do is hit generate and let the tool do the work. And right now, we're opening up early access. If you want to be one of the first people to try PodGorilla before anyone else and see how we're using it behind the scenes, just head over to podgorilla.co and join the waitlist. That's podgorilla.co. The future of podcasting is just one click away. Now, back to the episode.
For sure, it can be a strain, but it also offered an opportunity to build stronger ties. I had to be transparent with them, even when the news wasn't good. That honesty fostered a deeper respect and a sense of, we're in this together. It was a valuable lesson in leadership. Ijlal, showing vulnerability, but also taking charge to right the ship.
I couldn't agree more, Neil. In my own journey, especially when faced with setbacks, I've learned that transparency builds trust. It's essential for team morale and propelling forward collectively. By the way, How did this affect your long-term strategic planning?
It drastically changed our approach. We pivoted to include more data-driven decision-making processes. We started leveraging tools and analytics to better predict trends and potential pitfalls. My strategy now always includes diverse perspectives, not just financial, but also from marketing, customer feedback, and tech development. It's about creating a holistic view so no aspect of the business is left in the dark.
That's insightful, Neil. The need for a holistic business view is so crucial. So many entrepreneurs get tunnel vision, focusing on just one aspect without seeing the bigger picture. This experience clearly gave you a more rounded vision for your business. What advice would you give to budding entrepreneurs to avoid a similar pitfall?
First, I'd say embrace mentorship. Having someone who've walked the path and can guide you is invaluable. Secondly, never underestimate the power of a solid financial model. And finally, foster a culture of learning within your team. Celebrate the victories, but also take the time to analyze the failures. Turning mistakes into gold is the hallmark of successful entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. Every mistake is a hidden lesson if you know where to look. So, after going through this, how do you celebrate the small wins now, especially given what you've been through?
Celebrating small wins has become a ritual, honestly. It's incredibly important for team morale and personal motivation. We make it a point to acknowledge and celebrate milestones no matter how small. Even something as simple as a team lunch or a shout out in a meeting helps reinforce that we're on the right path and that every little step forward is a big step toward our ultimate goals.
That's a great approach, Neil. It's so easy to overlook small victories, but they accumulate into significant achievements. And I think that's a beautiful note to wrap up on. Thanks for sharing your experience so openly. It's powerful and motivating.
Thank you, Ijlal. It's always enlightening chatting with you. To all our listeners, remember, entrepreneurship is indeed a journey of resilience, adaptation, and growth. Keep learning, keep progressing. Until next time on Founders in Flow, take care and keep flowing forward.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Founders in Flow with Neil and Ijlal. If you found value in today's conversation, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We drop new insights regularly, all focused on helping you grow faster, market smarter, and make more money online. Until next time, stay consistent, keep learning, and keep building.